Before this tale begins, I should
Illuminating
probably tell you who
television.
have lived under rocks about a 2005 show from Noggin called Jack's Big Music Show. Well, this show is about a guy named Jack, his friend Mary, and his dog Mel who hang out in a backyard clubhouse and play music with various musical guests. But I have found another episode that seemed to be completely out of place. I was simply cleaning up my room so I could go to my friend's sleepover tomorrow. While I was putting my eggs back on a shelf, I noticed a div right under my tools. I picked it up, and it was a Jack's Big Music Show if I was presuming, and it looked like it had a very high budget. The mysterious of the front F cover had Jack, Mary, and Mel dancing with their gooters just like in the credits, with the text above them reading out, Jack's Big Music Show. Season 3 is here. The spine cover had the text and the Spiffy Pictures logo. The back cover had 5 normal episodes listed, including the Groundhog Dance, Mel's Super Cold Dance, and Jack's Big Orchestra. The 6th episode, however, had a word-looking title called Final Hours of Music. We was surprised yet shocked. I never noticed Jack's Big Music Show had any season 3 episodes at all, so I had a feeling that Noggin and Spiffy Pictures lied to us. I turned on my portable Eve player and inserted the disc inside. The corrupted opening the Eve started with the Noggin logo. It was entirely normal, but when the text faded in, the sky changed from blue to a deep crimson, and the logo looked broken, like someone had smashed it with a drumstick. It then showed the Spiffy Pictures logo, but instead of the usual alien, it showed the sportsman quartet carrying packed suitcases while standing next to a sign that read "Bus Stop." Come on, bus, the quartet doesn't want to die. They knew what the emergency alert system told them. Panicking will probably make the musical disaster painful and worse. They hopped onto a bus and drove away. The Eve menu popped up. It consisted of Jack playing his guitar while Mary shook her maracas, and Mel was way too close to the camera. The options were play all, visit Noggin, episode selection, and language selection. I pressed play all. The first 5 episodes were perfectly fine, but before the last episode could play, a warning screen popped up. The baccalogram round was the first frame of the clubhouse, except it was a fiery, apocalyptic orange. It read, "Warning. The following episode on this eve may contain apocalyptic movie references and extreme musical silence." It was produced by a disgruntled intern at Spiffy Pictures who was fired for trying to air a series finale. Watch at your own risk. Final Hours of Music. The theme song started playing, but the sky was orange, and nobody in the neighborhood seemed to notice. Plus, there was red text on the bottom right corner reading January 9, 2010, and another date reading April 8, 2011. There were lots of bizarre changes made to the intro. Mule doing a flip had the sound of a massive explosion added. Jack's acoustic guitar had cracks in it. The scene where the puppets dance had the sound of a blaring ease alarm instead of horns. When they finally shouted Jack's Big Music Show at the end, the clubhouse logo was broken and damaged like someone smashed a cymbal right into it. The title card finally cut in, reading Final Hours of Music. The episode began in the clubhouse. Jack asked Mary if they were going to play a song like usual. Yes, Bobbity, Jack cheered. Soon after, they started to strum their instruments, but suddenly Jack's guitar strings snapped. He forgot he ran out of extra strings, and he had a shocked look on his face. "Who?" Jack gasped. "What's the matter, Jack?" Mary asked. I'm all out of guitar strings and I need some to make big music," Jack replied. "How are we going to play music now?" Mel the dog asked. Jack and Mary were stunned to hear Mel speak perfect English outside of a song. "Mel, how did you learn to talk?" Mary gasped. "Well, I can speak when the world is ending," Mel suggested grimly. The scene suddenly cut to the entire puppet cast arriving at a local gutter center. I was so confused. I had never seen them go to a real-world retail store before. Before Jack could find any strings, an emergency alert system sound blared in the baccalogram round. Everyone's puppet expressions changed to immediate horror. The East narrator began to speak in a booming, dramatic voice. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. A massive silent asteroid named the N95 is going to hit the planet, and it will permanently destroy all sound waves and musical instruments. Seek shelter immediately. Do not panic. Panicking will make the silence worse. The 67-minute countdown. Well, shoot, Mary said. They all ran back to the clubhouse basement. Suddenly, Jack's cell phone rang. It was a text alert that read, "The world of music is about to end in 67 minutes. This is not a drill." The camera zoomed into the text message, and the dramatic shipment sound effect played loudly in the baccalogram round. "Oh no!" Jack screamed. "I think the music is about to end forever." Mel facepalmed. The episode suddenly cut to a card that read, 50 minutes later. Another ease message popped up. There was only 1 minute left. Then 10 seconds. 10. Mel screamed and hid behind Jack's legs. 9. "This can't be," Mary muttered in fear. 8. The Swartman Quartet started singing a sad, out-of-tune harmony. 7. "Brace yourselves, music makers," Jack yelled. 0. The meteor hit Great Big Music City. The clubhouse windows shattered, and the puppets screamed in pure anguish as the screen faded to total darkness. The depressing aftermath. The screen faded back in to show the white silhouettes of Jack, Mary, and Mel. "Wake up," a voice said. "Who is there?" Jack asked. "It is me, the guy who plays the bongo drums from season 1, the voice replied. "The series is over." They woke up and looked outside. The clubhouse was entirely scorched. A puppet firefighter stood by the ruins. "Excuse me, what happened to our daughters and the music stand?" Jack asked, weeping. I'm afraid they caught on fire, son. The music is gone," the firefighter said. Jack and Mary broke down into hyper-realistic puppet tears, while Mel whimpered like a sad puppy. "How am I ever going to play a song now?" Jack sobbed as the screen faded to black. The credits rolled, but the baccalogram round was a rainy graveyard with a tombstone that read, "The remains of the clubhouse R.I.P." Instead of the upbeat theme song, the baccalogram round music was only Time by Enya. The Spiffy Pictures logo came up, but the night sky was a misty red, and the alien was covering his ears because of the blaring E's alarm. Finally, a blue screen appeared with text that read, "Thanks for making music with Jack." Eve took me back to the main menu. I immediately ejected the disc, put it back in its case, and threw it into the trash can. I can never look at a acoustic guitar or a backyard clubhouse the same way again. The end.